Big 12 hoops action back at it again on Saturday. Thanks for joining us today. Kristen Keith and the Big 12 Insider, Wendell Barnhouse. We've got a few in-state rivals facing off this weekend. The biggest matchup, 19th ranked Texas plays on the road in Waco against number 20 Baylor. They may be ranked in the top 25, but both of these teams are 3-4 in conference play and tied for 7th in the league. Is this a make or break game when it comes to the Big 12 standings?
Yeah, Kristen, I think it is absolutely. If you assume that the team or teams that's going to finish on top of the standings are going to maybe have 4 or 5 losses. If that's the assumption, then the loser of this game is going to be faced with winning out in order to finish with a 13-5 record. So yeah, big game.
This has been a tough week for Texas. Their game against Baylor will be the 3rd straight against a higher-ranked opponent. The Longhorns lost the first 2 to number 11 Kansas at the time and number 15 Iowa State at the time. How can Texas get back on track, Wendell?
Well, at Iowa State, UT nearly pulled off a miracle comeback. They scored 61 second-half points. They cut a 21-point deficit to a 1-possession game, and the Longhorns did that by playing a 3-guard lineup. And I think it would best serve Texas going forward to continue with that. They need to rotate their 4 guards, and they've got 5 post players. Go with a 3-out, 2-in setup, and that would help the offense flow a little bit better. Senior Jonathan Holmes was all Big 12 last year playing power forward. He's been at small forward most of this season, so I think the 3-guard lineup would put him back at the 4 spot, and obviously I'm a basketball expert.
Baylor coming off a loss to Oklahoma State on the road. Where will they need to focus their efforts to bounce back?
Well, you know, the Bears always play well in Waco, especially when Texas makes that 90-mile trip up I-35. Now, freshman post Jonathan Motley has just scored 11 points in Baylor's last 3 games. They need to get him going. Now, the Bears are at their best when Motley and Rico Gathers are providing some inside scoring.
All right, Saturday it's Texas versus Baylor at 5 p.m. Central on ESPN2. For Wendell Barnhouse, I'm Kristen Keith. See you next time.